get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
You know what? I had to just really make a quick pot quickly because, well, wives are not good at making coffee. You might as well be married to Craig Johnson with the weak ass coffee that your wife will make. Believe me, and I'm not just talking about my wife. I'm talking about all wives. Wives don't make good coffee. Let's see. The light's a little fucked up there. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Hey, what? It's Wednesday, hump day. Are you getting humped? Today is Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. Great day to be alive, although dark and overcast and cloudy, ready for some rain today. Rain, go away. Seems like this has been the rainiest spring since in recent memory, anyway. Great show last night, or very enjoyable for me. I maybe I shouldn't call it great. Nothing I do is great, but it was great for me. I very much enjoyed the conversation last night. Randy Lee Bauslaw, and she's an author of more than 10 books, 10 books and counting. But we were talking mostly about mental health issues and coping with mental health issues, mental illness, and how we deal with that, whether it's a chronic situation where you have depression, clinical depression caused by possibly a chemical imbalance or biology or any of that stuff, or situational depression, or any of the other stuff that when we're talking about autism. We're talking about a whole lot of stuff on the psychology end of it and the medical end of it. But very good talk. I hope you'll check that out last night on the Mondo TV podcast with Randy Lee Bauslaw. The whole world is angry at or talking about. It's like one thing after another, man. Matthew McConaughey going to the White House to talk about how we deal with school violence. And it's really, really pathetic to see how desperate the gun lovers, people who just like they get off on their guns so much, or they're so tied to their identity as a gun owner that no reform is ever acceptable to them. No matter how many children die, no matter how many adults die, no matter how many friends and family die, having my ability to just shoot shit is so important to these people. And they make up every ridiculous excuse. I don't know if they make it up. I think they get fed by the NRA. Every excuse under the sun. One guy told me last night, gun laws don't work. Flat out, gun laws don't work. Okay, so you're okay with a 5-year-old going to a gun store without a parent and buying an automatic weapon. If they have the money, you would be okay with a 5-year-old walking in unsupervised to buy an automatic weapon. Oh, no, that's obviously against the law. Oh, wait, gun laws don't work. Why, you support that law. So it's just ridiculous the stretches they go through to try to justify having the toy. And that's what guns are to a lot of these fucking imbeciles, toys. Just another toy. So the right is on fire against Matthew McConaughey today because he dared go to the White House and talk about children dying in the community he was born and raised in. Now, here's the thing. I hate saying that, but it's a habit of mine. Now, here's the thing: Matthew McConaughey is not a dyed-in-the-wool liberal or Democrat. He's a centrist. If anything, he leans mostly to the right. If or a little bit to the right. If you heard any of his videos that he put out prior to the shooting and stuff about politics in Texas, he wasn't a lefty. But the left is the right people in the Republican Party have gone so far to the right that a right-leaning independent looks like Karl Marx to them. It's fucking ridiculous. By the way, Craig Johnson, good morning. I wanted to say that, and I did say earlier this morning when I first started here, early this morning, 6 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, that the coffee is weak this morning. My wife made weak coffee, and I might as well be married to Craig Johnson the way she makes this coffee. Weak ass coffee, man. Not good for a dog like me. I need it strong. I need cowboy coffee just to engage the brain. Jackie the Joke Man will be with me at 10 a.m. today, and I'm going to ask him about this Gun Hill Road thing because I've been talking to a lot of people my age and even older about Gun Hill Road. Now, I mentioned this, I don't know, last week. Maybe it was this week. I don't know. Sometime in the recent past, I mentioned that there's a documentary on Netflix called Every 40 Years about a band that was supposedly big from 1969 to 1975 called Gun Hill Road, and I never heard of them. And nobody my age has ever heard of them. And we kind of went through and found the one hit, and it sucked. And it wasn't really a hit. I think it reached number 40, which is the top, the as low as you can go in the top 40. Number 40. Um, but they made it seem like these guys were, um, like, I don't know, the Beatles, and they weren't. they were, they were pretty much um, local hacks, mm, novelty songwriters at best, who got lucky in a period where they were handing out record contracts to any idiot who could could put three chords together and call it a song. Not to be too mean to them, but really, um, there's no way that music stands the test of time. Even 2 weeks after it was out, it didn't stand the test of time. Much less 40 years later. And I'm going to talk to Jackie and see if he remembers anything about it because I feel like this thing was whatever it is on Netflix, wherever it prompted people to do a documentary on this. I think it was just people who love people. I mean, their family, not friends. People who love them wanted to put it together to honor them and make them feel special. I guess I'm being too mean. Back off the meanness, dog. See, Gun Hill Road was a great band, weren't they? Anyway, um, Jim Norton is in town tonight, and there's a possibility. I have Matt Farley on the show tonight from 8 to 9. I think it probably, by the time I got into the city now, it'd be at least 10:30, 11 o'clock by the time I get into the city. Probably would miss it anyway. But I was offered a chance to go in to see Jim Norton tonight. I think that would be a good show. I never saw Jim Norton live. Seen lots of yeah, tape stuff, heard him on the radio and all that kind of stuff, and on other podcasts and things like that. So but I am, I wouldn't say a big fan of his comedy, but there are aspects of his comedy that I've enjoyed. I don't think it's going to happen, but he's in New York City tonight and performing. So our friend Doug Stanhope is on Twitter, or was on Twitter last night, and obviously a little bit stoned and drunk or whatever, and having some fun on Twitter. But asked the question, who would be a big get who would do his podcast and only his podcast. And Brendan Walsh said Amber Heard, and I'm like, oh, duh. Obviously, uh, oh no, Brendan didn't say. Brendan said Johnny Depp, and I think that's a easy one. So somebody else said, I don't know who said Amber Heard, uh, and um, I, he said that Stanhope replied that that's a fun idea. He'd probably be too nice to her. Don't think she'd actually do it. I think she would. I think she would, and I actually wrote to him about that when she was writing to me. He probably doesn't forget. Doesn't remember. He probably forgets. I need my coffee, folks. I don't know if the trial changed anything and all the publicity around that changed anything, but I think she would love to confront him, and I think it would it's definitely doable. And that would be an interesting podcast. As much as I didn't pay any attention to that trial or any of it, and really don't care about her at all, I think knowing the history there, that would be a really interesting podcast to listen to. Uh, yeah, Craig says I would love to hear Norton discussing Andy and Sean Rouse. Uh, yeah, I would too, and I'd love to get Jim Norton. That would be a big get for me. There's so many people would be a good big get for me. Matt Farley will be with me tonight. Matt Farley, who is the world's most prolific songwriter, published songwriter, and recorded songwriter, will be with me tonight at 8 p.m. Today, Jackie Martling will be with me at 10 a.m. But Matt will be with me. I think he has a new film coming out, and I will know more about it before the show, before I take to the air tonight to talk about his thing, his music, his movie making, and all that kind of stuff. That should be an interesting conversation. To put out the number of songs that he puts out, you really have to do it all day, every day. I mean, even if it's templated stuff, poop songs, state songs, name songs, it still requires, just to record them and make the changes to make it a unique song and republish stuff. Yeah, 23,000. That was last year. The number 23,000 was of songs published that he had is from last year. So by now it's might be 25,000 or more. Incredible number of songs to record, much less write and produce. So that should be an interesting thing. And now he's an independent filmmaker as well. So he's got that film coming out. I believe it's already out. I don't know. I gotta look up on that. Nothing new at Governor's club comedy clubs this week from when we read the schedule earlier this week. Nothing has changed, no surprises as of yet. Maybe a oops, put the wrong thing up there. I wanted to put the governor's badge up there, put this dopey picture of me. Hey, there I am with coffee, good strong coffee, not that weak looking Craig Johnson. Oh, strong coffee with a lot of half and half is what he says. Um, Strong Java with a bunch of half and half. I don't, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, where was I? Where was I? Uh, I was talking about, oh yeah, Jackie just retweeted my tweet. My tweetity tweet. Um, so Jackie will be with me at 10 a.m. He's got some shows coming up in Philly that we're going to talk about. And what else we talk about, who knows at this point. Um, I'm sure he'll be, hitting on Kiara again. Maybe I'm gonna spring it on him that she's a Bible thumper, and that might cure his boner for her. Gael Mosher was with me yesterday. Funny young man, Bay Area comic. But here's the thing: I was calling him Mile Gosher. Because and it's not my fault. I didn't fuck that up. That was his Facebook handle. He had his name, the first letters of his first and last name on reverse. So he had his profile on Facebook, Mile Gosher. Yeah, I called him a funny young man. Guile Mosher, not Guile Mosher, not Jackie Martling. um, yeah, he was a funny young man. Good morning, Ralph. How are you? The boss is with us. The boss, the boss, the boss, the boss. um, so yeah, Jackie will be with me. It sounds like something an old man would say, and I'm an old man. You are correct. It is something an old man would say. I might be calling into my local McDonald's, calling in sick today. I don't know if I'm ready to start this yet because I'm a little nervous about uh, because it's and Guile yesterday told me how to block my number if I call. But everybody's got caller ID now. Like when I call to my local Chinese takeout, they know right away who I am. And so I don't want to be overly pranking people. Um and then have it come back to me. Like I have them call me back. Why you why are you pranking me? But I do want to at least call someplace and call in sick and kind of do it once a week. Now, that's because you order pizza at my Chinese place? No, I order Polish sausage. Oh, that's at the hardware store. I'm sorry. I'm all confused today. Um, the Thomas Jane one. Yes, that's the nudity, sir. Oh, what? That's a movie you're watching? You're a young woman. Um, hmm. I'm curious about that. I'm curious about that. You very hung up on nudity this morning, Kelly. I don't know what that's all about. You're just gone for 2 mornings and you're on prank calls. You sure you're old? Yes, I'm old. It's not that kind. I'm just intrigued by, and I'm offering a service for people, and you can spread the word on this if you like. For people who don't want to call in sick to their job, they're hesitant to call in sick. They don't want to. I'll call in sick for you. I'll say I'm your doctor, and you can't make it in today because whatever reason you want me to give, and I will do the calling in sick for you. But I also want to call into some places that I don't work. I never worked at, and maybe I'll do that now. Should I do that now? Call in and say, I mean, I'm concerned that they're going to get my number and call me back and say, you know what, that's not cool, dude. How do you block your number? Guy told me that yesterday. I think it's star 68. Oh, let me Google it. How do you how you block your number? Nico White is going to be at the brokerage Saturday night. I have a gig Saturday night at a place called the Or. We haven't played there since before um, the pandemic. Actually, it's the last place we played right before the lockdown, where I thought we were only going to be off for about a week. And I said, well, we'll just miss next week's Friday gig, and then we'll be back. That's the very last place we played before the lockdown. We haven't been there since then. And I don't think they've had any bands. I think this is the first time they're having a band back since the start of the pandemic. But I was looking forward to that. But now it's looking like weather-wise, we might get canceled on that. Let me check this out. Oops, what's going on here? Man, I can't do anything right technically today. Not woke up yet. I'm not all woke up. I need to be woke up. Um, Saturday, oh, we're down to 30% chance of rain from 40%. So maybe it's looking better. Maybe Saturday night's gig will come in. I want to see how to block your number from how do I do this? How to block number? Unless somebody in the chat room knows and can tell me about how to block my number. Other ID. Star 67. Is that what you do? Star 67. Okay. So I do that. Matt can't do ding dong ditch because the video door and he's slow. No, I would slow is not the word for it. I'd still be standing there ready to still trying to turn around by the time they answered the door. Uh what, 69? No, you're lying to me again. You're obsessed with that number, Kelly. I don't know about Kelly. This morning she's all like nudity, nudity, 69, whatever. I'm gonna try star 67. Let's see what we can do here. Star 67. Oh wait, I'm all dialed too many numbers already. Star 67, and then what's the number for Miller Place, McDonald's? Let's see here. 1, 331, 31. Oops, no. What do you mean? It's busy? Busy? That's insane. How could they be busy this early in the morning? Try that again. Yeah, it's still busy. Amazing. Maybe because of the star 67 stuff. If I call directly, I'm on. I don't know. I don't know. I just want to see how this goes. Star 69 shows the number upside down. Why worry about hiding your number? What do you think, Ronald McDonald? Well, I don't want to get sued or anything, and I don't want them to kind of know it's on the air. That's or being broadcast at all. No, Ronald McDonald could not kick my ass. I fought many a clown in my day. Where's my pictures? I have photos. I just bring it. I just want, I swear, I was just trying that time. I swear, I wasn't trying that time. Fuck them. Just they sell fish sandwiches. Who sells fish sandwiches? McDonald's sells fish sandwiches. And what is the problem with fish sandwiches? Um, oh yeah, you know, I wanted to show the video of the dog. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Which is now, believe it or not, 14 years old. 2008 that I'm the boss video was shot because at the end I'm mimicking Cass Elliot doing Dream a Little Dream. And actually played that Sunday. We played that Sunday, and Kiara sings it, and of course Kiara sings that. But I had to relive my my lip syncing of it, and it was quite comical and funny, and it reminded me of that video. And I wanted to play that for Kiara when she comes on at 9:30, which is a few minutes from now. Just for a laugh from her, anyway. No, we are blocking a landline. Oh, that's so not a how to block your number and hide, but doesn't say on a cell phone. Maybe that's why I got it wrong. The simplest way to block your number, star 67 at the beginning of the phone number. Let's see what happens here if I try one more time. This Face ID bullshit is also a problem. Yeah, no, that's not work, man. Maybe I should just go for it and just dial the number and see what happens. How about that? How about that? You want to try that? I'm not good at this prank phone call stuff either. I would like to be call in sick for people who are just too shy to call in sick or nervous about getting caught or I'm your doctor. I, I'm Kelly's doctor. She won't be making it in today. No, she's had a serious injury with a sex toy, which would be totally believable to anybody who knows her. Damn, it's busy over there. They got the phone off the hook at McDonald's. What if somebody is actually trying to call in an order for curbside pickup? Well, I could go to another one, right? Could I do another one? Star, I mean, 928. I should call every McDonald's is busy in my name. That I've called 3 McDonald's so far. All of them are. We'll try one more. I can't believe they're all busy. Yeah, is this McDonald's?
Did it come back blank?
What do you mean? Did it come back twice?
Did my number come up blank?
Yeah, it came. No, yes, it came up. No caller ID.
Okay, so it's star 67.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Star 67. But
Oh, all right.
all those McDonald's are busy.
Well, they got fucking it's breakfast time.
But what if somebody's calling an order in for curbside pickup? Because that's a thing
That's
now.
Yeah, they're getting them breakfast sandwiches.
Wow, and they're that busy. I gotta invest in McDonald's, man.
Them fuckers, imagine that.
I know. Yeah. So, Dream a Little Dream, you say it's the best song in the world now. The best, what'd you say? The best vocal performance ever, or something like that.
But that was a great vocal performance.
Well, Kiara does it very well, I have to say. She does it very well. We've been playing it a
Yeah.
while. Yeah.
Well,
One of a really good Sunday.
I'd like to see it go up against Mama Cass.
You know what? I should call in and say, "This is Mama Cass. Where's my ham sandwich?" Yeah, it's Mama Cass. Where's my ham sandwich?
I tell you, that is some performance, man.
The one with Tommy Smothers, where
Oh,
he's in
that's
bed with her.
hysterical.
Yeah,
That's hysterical.
I know.
I love that.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm the boss. I'm the boss.
Wait, let me get your show back on because now I got you on telephone.
Oh, it doesn't come up. I'm the boss doesn't come up in my videos. What do you mean? I'm the boss. I'm the boss of the boss. If I search for boss, that's really weird. Wow.
Oh, what do you today?
Huh?
You got the joke man today?
Yeah, in about a half hour, Jackie will be here.
Oh,
It's
cool.
endless plugging of whatever gigs he's got coming up with TikTok channel. That's weird.
yeah.
The boss only the only thing that comes up is the one where you call me a retard. Watch the Mind Dog Buzz clip featuring Ralph Solori, aka the boss, where you talk about me beating up Michael Bates. That's the only thing that comes up. What happened to the actual boss video?
Oh, I see it all the time.
I know. It's on here somewhere. I must have renamed it or something. That's sad. That's really sad. Hey, what's going on with the plant situation? Because I want to talk to Jackie. He's texted me, do I need any joke pot? He's like, of course I need joke pot all the time. Send me. But he grows his own. That's what joke pot is. So I wanted to talk to him about what you're doing over there with the cuttings.
The clones.
Clones. How do you clone?
How do you clone?
You're a scientist?
Well, what you do is you clip a clipping, and then you put it in like a cloning gel, for the roots.
Right.
You dip it in that, and then you put it in some kind of soil or one of them little pods or something like that.
Cloning gel is available, at any you go to gardening store or something? No.
Yeah, Ace Hardware has it. $30 for an ounce of it.
Wow.
A little fucking gel, but they fit right in your pocket.
Wow. And then how many clones can you take off a plant? Can you do that endlessly?
as many little branch, little small branch there is.
Wow.
I just made I don't know, I made 100 of them for one plant, and I
Wow.
still got the plant is still ready to go. Gonna make more clones.
I'm digging through. Man, I got so many fucking videos. It's unbelievable. I
Oh
get.
yeah, you'll feel it up.
I'm gay wrestling.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not
Ra-
that match. Not that match we had at your mother's house.
oh, look, RS and the Crabs, 13 words.
Uh,
I'm getting there. I'm
my-
scrolling down to
that,
find the boss
oh,
video.
dog, that was my dog hit with my video and everything. I'm so proud of that.
I got the clam video. Oh, here's the boss. I'm the because it's all one word. I'm the boss. Like there's no. I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And it should have a picture of me with like a ski cap on.
No, that's the one where you call me the retard and saying about the fight with Michael Bates.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah. Wow, this is taking a while. I'm the boss. It's taking a while to load here. I'm having trouble with YouTube lately. I don't know what it is with playback, not with publishing stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, here it is.
You know what I want to know, dog? How come, like on my screen, because I
What?
watch you on. I don't know what I watch you on. I get a message in the morning, and I just touch those right channel. So I don't know what I'm watching it on, but there's always a thing that says live, and then next to it, it has like it looks like the CBSI.
Oh, yeah. That's how many people are on the same network that you're on. So let me see where you are. You looks like you're on Matt Napo's uh, my Facebook page, and you're the only person there. So you probably have a one next to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on like so many different networks. So that will show whatever network that you are watching on. It shows the number for
So what am I watching it on?
your Matt Napo's Facebook page.
All right, yeah. Because when I wake up, I got a thing that says you're on the air, and that's what I touch, and it brings me right to.
I'm never on the air. I have never been on the air. I'm not an airy person. I'm on the digital. I'm on the
Oh, you don't even know what you're on.
I don't even know what. I'm on hallucinogens. That's what I'm on.
I think you're on Jackie's joke pot.
I would love to be on Jackie's. He's been offering me for months and bragging about how great his pot is. But I don't know, every time he says, "You want some?" I say, "Yeah," and I never get any. Let's see here what
Yeah,
happens.
Good
he'll send
evening,
you a
and
box of that
welcome to the
Chinese
Mind Over
egg, but he ain't
Magnificent
sending
Show.
no grass.
I'm the boss.
Right.
I'm the boss.
I'm the boss. There you go with your man pizza. Look how much younger you look there. Whoa, it's 14 years ago. Can you see that? Oh, we can't hear it, can we? Because I got the audio.
I hear it.
Yeah, but the sound is not there for some reason.
Oh,
I'm the boss. Oh, it stopped playing. Damn, I'm like technically goofy today. Yeah,
I hear it.
let me take you off here for a second. See if it improves here.
Thank you,
Yeah.
baby.
No.
Maybe you got to trim the mustache.
Can't really hear it well.
Do one of them thin jobs.
Weird.
I know you like.
You
to
hearing
cut
it
your
well?
mole.
No.
He likes to. Where's the mole exactly?
QuickTime player.
So you could do one of them low skinny jobs, can't you?
No, I'm not hearing it well. Are you hearing it well?
It's a new look. You gotta go with a new look, dog. I'm the boss.
Oh, there it is.
I'm the boss. Nobody knows. Shh. I'm the boss.
Wait, let me get to the end
I'm
here.
the boss. Yeah, but he's retarded.
What's wrong with him?
You never know what he's up to. Later on, he'll have pictures of me fucking a donkey.
I would put that on the internet.
I'm the boss. I'm the boss.
Nobody knows. Shh. Don't look the word out.
I know.
I
And
know.
that's dangerous. It'll be all over town. Who cares?
What are you doing? You sitting there recording?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
You never know what he's up to. Later on, he'll have to
Where's the
send me
song?
fucking a donkey.
I would put that on the internet.
I heard that already. There you go.
25, 25. Oh, we can. You got the harmony right. I'm the boss.
No,
I'm the
that's not it.
boss.
We didn't have the greatest vocal song ever. Where does he say that?
Goodbye. Thank you, sir. The best family, the best fucking vocal. Listen to this. And you heard it a million times.
I'm probably going to get demonetized because of this.
And now, the best vocal song ever.
No.
No, it's not even in there.
I'm going to hang up the phone. Goodbye. Goodbye, George.
Fuck it.
I don't need no
I'm
break for
aborting
work.
the
No.
mission.
You work.
All right, the mission has been aborted. I apologize for that. So you Kiera's looking with an open mouth in the back, like, what the fuck am I watching? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I apologize to the world. I was trying to show something that apparently I don't remember correctly. Anyway, let's just do this. Yeah, how are you? Hey, wait a minute. I don't like that. Get over there. No,
Why do you sound all echoey?
am I echoey?
Yeah.
Why do I sound echoey? Because of that? Am I off now? Is it better?
No. Is it just me? I mean, you just sound like you have like a million voices.
Really? I don't know how to stop that. Wait, maybe I can stop that. Hold on a second. Let me see. Audio. Let's see this. Is that better? Checking one.
Yeah.
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 That's fucking weird. Anyway, I was trying to make prank phone calls. I was trying to call McDonald's to call in and say I was sick and I wouldn't be in today. But they're all busy. They're all the phones. I called 3 different McDonald's and they're just busy off the hook.
Isn't that sad?
What if I
I
was
hate-
what if I was starving to death and they needed my Egg McMuffin desperately, or I was going to die and I couldn't get one?
Egg McMuffins kill you anyway.
Do they?
McDonald's is probably the worst food, all fast food chains, but McDonald's is probably the worst. Don't eat there. Eat dirt.
So I guess they won't be sponsoring the program. Thank you for that. They were all ready to sponsor.
Come on, don't.
Yeah, McDonald's, like they might a corporation like that.
Oh, I wouldn't want them as my sponsor anyway.
You wouldn't. You would
No.
refuse. You would refuse several $1 million from McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to mislead my listeners to eat that.
I think
junk.
I think you're being dishonest there. What about that? I think I'm calling you out as a liar.
Oh no, I would choose not. I wouldn't want to mislead anybody to think I eat McDonald's.
So let me. No, I get it. Yesterday, when I was telling you who our guest would be, I said his name was spelled Muile, and you said Wooly, and remember that conversation. But it turned out his name was Guile. It was Guile Mosher, not Mile Gosher. But
Right.
I was not wrong with that. His Facebook profile had Mile Gosher written on it.
Oh, because he said he spun it around so his parents couldn't find him.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally screwed me up. Which so because I was going over there, like, how did I get Mooly out of Guile? It wasn't me. It was him, and he did it on purpose, apparently. But he'll be back next week. But
really,
yeah, very soon he'll be back. He's going to be on a couple of times before July 18th. July 18th, he's got some commitments in the morning that he'll have to not be on for a while. But
he's a funny guy.
All right. Well, this is where I was about to call you a liar again. You said, "Oh, you should have him on because he made you laugh." You really want him back on because he had the Bible and he pulled up the Bible and you said, I
Ah.
like this guy.
Oh, he
Yeah,
no.
yeah. You've
No,
been
I had
exposed.
I had
You're
a
like
belly
Amber Heard.
laugh.
You're stuttering on the stand. I'm gonna. Go
Hum,
look
num,
at your
num,
lawyer.
num,
Go
num,
ahead.
num, 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 num. Huh?
Go look at your lawyer. See what your lawyer tells you to say about this. That's right.
Um, no, he was really funny. I liked a lot of comics. I liked there was someone else I really liked who was like very nice. I think his name was Nick. I'm having amnesia now.
Nick
But
DiPaolo. He's not
yeah,
nice.
no,
No, he's
no.
not nice. He's a mean son of a bitch.
Who?
Nick DiPaolo.
Oh.
He's a guy. He's a guy who used to yell at Hedberg all the time for playing his music too loud. That's all I know about. Well, that's not all I know about Nick DiPaolo, but that's what I know about.
Nick DiPaolo.
Yeah.
That sounds like one name. Nick DiPaolo.
I know it does. Nick DiPaolo.
Right?
Nick DiPaolo.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I found out my I'm not going to say my last name, but I found out my last name is a name of a tomato can. Like a can of tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah. I'm famous
Which
in
last
Italy.
name would that be? Your married last name or your maiden last name?
My maiden last name. I was shopping and I was like, "Whoa, look at this."
So your last name is Beefsteak?
Yes. Chiara Beefsteak. Yes. I should go contact my family in Italy and get some
have you ever
hookups.
tried that? Have you ever? Because I have on my Facebook page, I have about 300 friends who are named Napo in Italy, and some of them are distant cousins. And apparently, Napo's a pretty popular name over there. I did not know that, but my father always told me not to contact those people because they were. When he went there during World War II, they robbed him. His own cousin.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
but lately, I think I told you this. Somebody who was my cousin's daughter, so she technically my second cousin. My cousin's daughter contacted me through Facebook and wanted to know about my family history and stuff. And I know probably more than anybody, and that's very little. Nobody knows about. Like AG just said in the video, nobody knows. Nobody really knows about my family history that much. So I'm thinking about, and I was thinking about this morning before I started the show about Ancestry.com or one of those DNA search things that does a history and tells you about your family tree and the roots and all that stuff. You don't know any of your people in Italy?
No, my great grandmother came here off the boat. Came here on the boat and got off the boat. So that was it. No, I
she
don't
didn't
know
get
anyone
off
over
the
there.
boat. She's still on the boat.
She's still on the boat. No, she actually was
getting ready for crabbing season on the bay.
No, she was one of the immigrants who was stuck on Ellis Island for a month. She was sick and they wouldn't let her in the country. So
wow, kind of like The Godfather. Don Corleone had he had tuberculosis or something. He had to wait on Ellis Island for the TB to get cured.
Did? Why did I
Don
miss that?
Corleone, come on, The Godfather. Did he live?
Was it Godfather Part 1?
Yes.
It was?
It's from the book. Yeah, well, that part is from the book. Yeah, actually, they kind of mention that in the movie where he gets tested. He gets it and found out he has TB, and they put him in a room. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't talk at all. And then you see him singing in this room. But maybe that's in 2. Probably in 2.
I don't know. I feel like I don't remember that part. But okay.
I think it's in 2. It's in 2 when they revisiting the history of the of how he came to America. But so both your parents now have roots in Italy, right? My father, I only had my father. My mother's side, I know pretty much about where they came from.
Yes, they both have roots.
And then you don't know any of them?
No, I know that my great grandmother had businesses and houses in Sicily. She was a very good, wealthy businesswoman, and came to America and lost everything.
Lost everything.
Yeah, she never went back to Sicily, and like 40 years later, my grandfather went over there to go see the house that she used to live in, and the squatters became the owners of her house.
Squatters. No, it's almost 7-year anniversary since I had my issue with squatters. You know, that's a. I I was
Do
separated.
tell.
I was separated from my wife for about a year, and I rented a house in Selden.
Okay.
And I came home. I was with my wife over the weekend here, and I went back there to do work because I had my studio set up, and I would work from there. And I opened the door, find out my whole place was ransacked. I was robbed. Everything was taken from me or broken. Um, and traced it to the house next door, which had been empty for many years, had squatters living in it.
What?
And according to the law in New York State, squatters have rights. If they move into a house, they can't be evicted. So
Yes.
if you leave your house abandoned, and squatters come in and start
Yep.
living there, they have every right to stay there, and the law can't get them out.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
so fucking messed up, man.
I've experienced. Yes, New York is great. Yes. I've experienced that. We were trying to purchase a house, and there was a squatter in there, and we couldn't make the purchase until he moved out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's fun. So,
yeah.
but he was
Uh,
actually the original owner of the house, so it was really sad. But
So they robbed all my stuff and brought it to the house next door. And when the cops came, the cops came and they took my statement. And they were like, they were thinking they're suspicious. They're like, your wife might have set you up here. You were with your wife the whole weekend. And I'm like, what? They're trying to plant these thoughts in my head, and I'm like, oh. So but they went and they were looking in the windows next door, and they said, can you come over here? And I looked in the window. And he said, yeah, that's my guitar. And we went inside, and all my equipment. They had a jam session one night with all my stuff.
so you were allowed to take it back, right?
I was allowed to take it back after I had to wait for them to fingerprint it and all that kind of stuff. I lost 2 guitars that were, I guess they took them to a pawn shop or something.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, probably about not really expensive guitars, probably about $1,000 total. But the cop was looking for them constantly. He was calling me up like daily to ask if if I got any hits on the guitar and stuff, but he was checking pawn shops and all this stuff. He was like my personal detective looking for my guitars. I felt good about that.
Did the squatters ever come back?
No, they never came
Wow.
back. I went and I left notes for them. Like, you know what? Hey, you left some stuff over at the house. Why don't you come over for tea and that kind of stuff?
Right. Good for you.
But I moved out that day because I was like, I'm not staying in this house anymore. These fucking people are crazy. They tore apart the attic. They tore about everything in the house. It was just a mess. And yeah, so
Wow.
not a good ending to that story on
Selden, huh?
Yeah.
I lived in Selden for a while.
Yeah, it's a weird place because
Yeah.
it's kind of it's sort of like this place where there's upscale next to
Right.
very lower middle class
Right.
type of stuff. Yeah.
I think that's every town. We went to Smith Point Beach over the weekend, and it was $18 to park. So then we didn't go to Smith Point Beach, and we went to the beach next door, Shirley Beach, and there were mansions on one side and then little tiny like shacks on the other side. It was really crazy.
Well,
Like the difference.
the mansions over there are not expensive.
Yeah. Oh
You know,
yeah, because the school district is not very
right. So you
Right.
could buy like a house that would be $2 million house in Amityville or Copiague
Right.
or Lindenhurst, but there it's like $400,000, $500,000 for that house,
Wow.
which is why people move there. But it's also insane. I don't know because we used to play Smith Point Beach a lot. I don't know what's near there, but there's got to be some kind of mental institution where they just let people out at night. Because I'm telling you, there are the craziest friggin' people on the planet that go
Really?
to that beach every time a band plays there. And I'm not just crazy and like, wow, that dude's crazy. No, I mean,
Oh wow.
psychotic,
Wow.
psychologically damaged people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Crazy,
Mhm.
crazy, crazy. And the guy who humped Mikey is there. He doesn't like me to talk about that.
You humped him
Mikey got humped.
on the leg, like a dog.
Yeah, like attached, like a dog.
Oh man. Oh, I wasn't there. I remember that. Yes. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
it was
yeah.
right.
You
Good thing I
know,
didn't go to
he was
that.
crying. He was crying. He wanted me to save him, but I was laughing too hard. I was laughing. Yeah, I
Dude,
kind
you
of
should have hit him with the mic.
Yeah.
You know, right in the head. Dunk.
If it were me, I would have, but if not, if it's Mikey, I'm just gonna let it keep going.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mikey deserves that. He
He
deserves to
absolutely
be leg
deserves
humped. Right.
that.
Yeah.
What is William saying? He got robbed. Ooh. In Grants, we got robbed by someone who we let stay with us. Yeah, that's happened a lot to here. 2 PlayStations, 1 TV, and a laptop 2 days after Christmas. Cops were no help at all. She said her partner. She said she and her partner were known to do this repeatedly. Yeah, my wife has a habit of bringing homeless people into the house, and we got robbed every single time.
Yeah.
4 or 5 times now. I lost track. I have to think about it. But every time we get robbed, and the cops come in, they're like, "We've been here before. When are you going to learn your lesson? They're homeless for a reason." It's kind of a heartless thing to say, but the experience is pretty true. But I think she would do it again, given the opportunity in a heartbeat. She's just like a sucker for bringing homeless people into the house.
Oh.
Yeah, which is why I got to get Carl here really quickly to keep keep the homeless people away. As long as the rooms are Carl, Carl.
He's gonna live with you?
No, he's only coming to stay for a vacation or something, supposedly in
Oh, that's
October or
cool.
September. Yeah, wants to come to gigs and things like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Ka.
yeah.
Be nice.
So, did you bring me some good news? Some news about a guy getting a blowjob while driving and crashing into a FedEx
Oh,
truck?
I forgot about that. Okay, next time. I have
No, you don't have to
news.
bring that one. That's not for the show. It's inappropriate.
Oh,
Kelly's got
course.
that.
I thought they were having sex. I didn't think they were doing anything else. Both their pants were down. Oh, we'll tell them next time. Never mind.
How do you have sex while driving?
Apparently not very well.
Not very well. I know. I would probably crash as well. Yeah.
Okay. I have shark news because I love sharks. This is from UPI.
What, sex news?
Shark.
Oh.
Shark.
All right, go ahead. Dog news, not shark news. I got to get a shark news.
Yeah.
New Jersey. There's a New Jersey thing with the great white. Is
Yes.
that
Yes. Let me tell it.
Okay, tell it.
A group of boaters captured a video when they encountered an 8-foot great white shark that approached their boat off the New Jersey coast. Yes.
Not that unusual.
Yeah, it's not unusual, but it was huge. I was going to send you the video. The boaters captured video of the shark and threw it some fish to keep it in the area for a few minutes. That was stupid. One of the group's videos was shared by U.S. Coast Guard station Cape May on Facebook. Wow. That's crazy. It's huge. I want to see a shark, but just not while I'm in the water.
Well, did I talk to you about the shark that... I think I was talking to Carl about that. At Point Lookout in Long Island, over by Long Beach, mako shark washed up and was freaking out. He was thinking he's dying. He beached, and a guy just took video of it and posted it on News 12 instead of. And it was right next to a tree where you could have broken off a branch and pushed the shark out into the water and helped save it. Is like. Oh, an animal is suffering. Let me take my camera out and film it, and so I can put it on the internet instead of how can I help the poor thing? Like, it's a mako shark. First of all, they're really not known to bite people. They eat fish.
They're fast.
Yeah. And it just seemed really cruel to me to just kind of take out your camera and say, "Hey, smile while you." Because at that point, it's like gasping for breath. It's dying. It's horrified. It's thinking, "Oh my God, this is my last breath. I'm suffering. Somebody help me!" And the
Right.
guy just takes out his camera and says, "Hey, smile."
Oh my God. So he didn't. So nobody put it back in the water.
He called the Coast Guard and waited, but I think by the time they put it out to the water, now News 12 called it a happy ending, like the shark was saved, but no, the shark actually died a few minutes later and was washed up again, because I think he waited too long. It like had whatever shock brain damage or whatever from being without oxygen
Aw.
for good 20 minutes while the guy waited for the Coast Guard to get there to help.
That's so stupid.
I know.
He could have poured buckets of water on it or something. if he
Exactly,
didn't
or
wanna
done
touch it.
any. You could have, it's not that big. It was about 4.5 feet long. You could have,
Oh.
because it just stayed away from its mouth and pushed it out. It was in water a little bit, but not enough to get over its snout where it could, and gills,
Snout.
so it could, yeah,
It's not-
snout like a pig.
right, his gills.
A pig
Yeah.
shark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited to see Jackie again?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Have you done any singing with him or not? He said, I know he was sending you songs to sing.
No, I listened to his songs. They were really cute, and I like
Cute?
them. Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
know. I did not know they were cute. I thought they were serious.
Oh, yes, they're very serious.
I don't know.
And I liked them seriously.
Because the only one I've really listened to is the pot song.
Oh yeah.
He didn't send you that one. It's.
I think he did. I don't remember. There were
No,
like
you
several.
would know.
I
got
don't know.
I got my dick out. I smoked some pot, and I'm thinking about you.
Oh man,
that's the
no,
song.
I don't think he sent me that one. No.
That's pretty much it over and over again. I got my dick out. I smoked some pot, and I'm thinking about you.
Wow.
And you have a trouble with singing love song. Can you imagine that?
I
Anyway,
just have I mean it's pretty nasty when the ladies get into it, and I'm like, oh come on,
what?
it's gross.
What?
For me, it's gross. I don't want to see that.
Well,
They get all
saying
into it. They start touching themselves.
his songs are hacked. Really, they do? I don't pay attention to that.
Watch the ladies next time because it's usually at the end of the night. Everyone's a little drunk, and they'll shout out love song, and then they just start like, oh yeah, all into themselves. It's just really nasty, you know.
Speaking of really nasty, he's backstage right now. You want to say hello to Really Nasty?
Okay.
Hello, Really Nasty. Good morning.
Hello.
Talk about Really Nasty. Good morning, Jack.
I'm not sure I'm going to address that introduction.
Okay. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, the world's greatest comedian who's been in performing for 40 years or more on some of the greatest stages in the world. He's performed with some of the biggest names in show business, none bigger than him. Please welcome in the incredible, hilarious Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
My God, does my asshole itches, and I think I got shit under my fingernails.
Wow.
I thought you wanted to be nasty.
Right. No, because it's funny. No, I just said, wow.
I'm just being goofy.
Because
hi, beautiful. Shut
tonight,
up.
tonight I have Matt Farley on, who has written a song about poop under my fingernails. That's one of his songs.
Oh, that's great.
So you're like a psychic. You psychically channeled my evening
Wow.
show.
I've never made a reference like that in my entire life.
Incredible.
Wonderful.
So
What's new? What is new? What is new?
I have a question for you.
8 inches.
Wow.
Not bad.
So you cut it in half?
Which is probably a little bit too wide for you, Kiara.
Yeah.
Gun Hill Road, Jackie. Ever hear of them? A band called Gun Hill Road.
No.
Isn't that up in upstate or up?
No, the Bronx has Gun Hill Road. There's a documentary on Netflix called Every 40 Years, and it's about a band called Gun Hill Road who was supposedly huge from 1969 to 1975. It's like how could I not know this band? I know every band that was huge between 1969 and 1975,
Huge.
and I don't remember this one at all. But this
That wasn't
document,
that the very, very forerunner of rap.
no,
Gun
No.
Hill Road. I recognize the name, but I think I drive past that exit every 5 minutes.
they were like a Jewish Peter, Paul, and Mary. They weren't that, but they were on.
That's redundant right there.
I know it is. I know, but no, very, very Jewish and like enjoy the cake, that kind of.
That Gun Hill Road, absolutely not even a twinkle of a light bulb. But I'm sure, like you, I remember everything I ever hear. I had a fight yesterday with Peter Bales at my podcast because somebody referenced Freddie and the Dreamers, and I started going, "See the happy feet dancing to the beat of the Freddie." And Bales goes, "Yeah, but that wasn't Freddie and the Dreamers." I said, "What are you talking about? Where do you think they came from?" I know because my band, God Strike Me Dead, played that song.
Oh,
Whoa.
you should be struck dead for that one.
But it was definitely Freddie and the Dreamers. I say, who do you think else? Who you think Oscar and the Rumby Downs did it? Who do you think do the Freddie would have done the Freddie was Freddie?
Right.
So well, the point I'm making is I think I remember every band that I've ever heard of, but not Guns N' Roses. That's not the one you mean, right?
No, Gun Hill Road, and you were in college at that time, and you were in a band at that time, so I would think you would know them. That's why I wanted to make because nobody I've talked to.
I was in college. I was in college in East Lansing, Michigan. So
Right.
if they certainly couldn't have been a national act.
They were opening up for everybody from the Carpenters to Led Zeppelin. They have posters of them as opening act for the Doors.
You know what? Maybe I gotta dig back in my mind and watch. I'll go, oh yeah, those. What was it? A couple guys,
the biggest
couple
hit
girls?
was a song called "Back When My Hair Was Short." Does that ring a bell?
Back when my dick was what?
Back when my dick was 16 inches instead of 8.
No, it does not ring a bell. Was it guys, girls, guitars?
It was all guys, and they were very Jewish. I'm not being anti-Semitic when I say that.
That's also redundant. You Jewish is already very Jewish.
Right. They were Jackie Masons with guitars and pianos.
To tell you the truth.
Yeah. I got the finger over here and the finger over there, and this guy.
Hey, did I ever tell you I made an album for him that was never released? Did I send that to you?
No.
I have to send you my unreleased Jackie Mason album from 1980.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll get a kick out of it. It's a whole long story.
Did he know you were not a Jew?
He had a hint. So we've never been through my Jackie Mason stories.
You told me some stuff about Jackie Mason. But
everybody tells me they read my book, and then I go to tell a story, and they don't know the story, and I'm like, you didn't read my book.
No, I did read your book, but what I remember is him finding out that you were not Jewish, right? And then
Helen Keller knows I'm not Jewish.
He liked you until he found out you were not Jewish, and then he didn't like you anymore.
He didn't like me from the beginning because I was too handsome. The girls were looking at me instead of him.
No, I could see that. So you going to Philly tomorrow night?
Thursday night at 8:00. I'm with my good friend Rich Harkaway at Philadelphia Live Casino. It's the weirdest named place in the world, but I'm hearing rumors it might be almost sold out. So I don't know. I don't know if they do a lot of promotion or whether Philadelphia just realized they still love me after 45 years or what. But it's supposed to be a real nice venue,
I've heard a lot of bad things about Philly lately, which is, that the city itself is just like.
An old girlfriend sent me a picture and said, "Hi, how you doing? I'm 3 blocks away from the shooting." Jesus,
Yeah, bad stuff. So you've been quiet lately. You haven't been around lately. We've been missing you, but all you
gotta do. I tell people all you gotta do is invite me. I feel bad calling them. Hey, you want to have me on the radio?
No.
I'll come on anytime. God, I didn't even know Carol was going to be here today, and I still wanted to come on. Look at this.
Well, this is what I was curious about because last time you were here, you and her were going to get together and do something musical. And I asked her about this. She said you sent her a couple of songs, but that was the end of it. Is it her?
I don't remember what we were supposed to do.
She was supposed to sing on
Yeah.
one of your songs or something.
Yeah, when he came to the gig,
You-
I was gonna have a song ready.
I'm still mad that I didn't go to that. We got done with our show and we're standing there. What can we do? I don't know.
Well,
You know, yeah, I just don't remember anything from one minute to the next. That's that's relatively harmless, but God knows what the things that you're gonna forget. But
know.
Kiara, I would love to do. You know what? Just tell me what to do. Just say, Jackie, you were supposed to send me this. You're supposed to send me that.
Right.
I actually have some of my songs. The guys that I did my album with actually wrote out charts for me.
Wow.
And there's actually a song that's from a girl's point of view. Did I send you Betty's tune?
Yes.
That's what I would like you to sing that. Would you sing that?
Sure.
You have to put on a blonde wig.
Okay. I will do that.
Have you heard her sing? She's terrible. She's absolutely terrible. Can't hold a tune for anything. She's just
Well, my songs aren't very good, so it's a match made in heaven.
Well, you gotta come on down and I'll sing it. Well,
you
if I
want to hear her sing? Hold on, I'll let you
No,
hear
no,
her
no,
sing.
don't. No, come on, no.
Oh, shut up. Well, when's the next time you guys?
We're playing in your neighborhood on July 1st at
Oh,
Publicans in Manhasset.
I'm
Kind of your
out of
neighborhood.
action starting Monday, but I'm not sure for how long because I'm having knee replacement surgery.
Oh.
Wow.
And I'm a grown man, and I am just petrified. And everybody's like, "Hey, my 98-year-old grandmother did it. She was skip roping the next day," and I'm like, shut up.
No, my father had it done about 2 years ago, and he was terrified. It's he recovered pretty quickly, actually.
He did. I
he-
remember when he had it, and he looked fine Sunday.
Is
Yeah.
it good now? Is it good now? He's good to go.
His knee is good now. He needs his other knee.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
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 What do you use your knees for anyway? I mean, it's been a
Oh.
while.
I kneel down
No.
in front of my favorite people.
Yeah.
No, you need your high knee because your high knee is connected to your kidney, and that's connected to your pee-pee.
Uh-huh.
Of course, you need your knees, you jerk.
What? What? I don't ever get out of
everybody
this chair. I don't need my
does.
knees. I've been in this chair for 22 years.
Yeah, you're nailed to the chair. You probably looked down. Some probably stole your legs. You didn't even notice.
Right.
But
No.
you're right. You're right. You need your knees less than. I just went for such a delightful swim, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to climb out of the water for months. Like, oh, it's freaking me out.
I don't think it was months for my father. I mean, everyone's different. He really was up and walking like a couple days later. He walked too much, actually. But my 40.
That's good. Well, my sister had it done, and everybody says just do what they say. Physical therapy, just do what they say, and some of it's real painful, but it's like just like you visit your mother-in-law. Eventually it's over.
Right.
Kelly, who would love to send you some nudes, just said to you, her 40-year-old friend had both knees replaced. It's a game changer, Jackie.
Oh no, wait! Now I see that. How come today I can see that down below here?
Because I just put it up. I can do that. I can put up. There's people commenting all along.
I never know that.
Mike Zinn says, "Hi guys."
Hi.
Yeah, he told me you didn't want me have me on today, but you didn't know how to cancel me or something.
No, he's drunk.
Yeah, no, he didn't say that. He said you were looking forward to it. But the hell was Zinn? Who was the girl?
The girl is Kelly Cool.
Kelly Cool. Here's my email.
She's from Kansas City.
Here's my
Jokeland at AOL.com, JOKELAND at AOL.com. I'm going to send you the song, and you can hear the song before our delightful songstress destroys it, and then you can A/B it. It's a great song, and the reason she has to wear a blonde wig is because Betty is Betty from Betty and Veronica.
Right.
She said, "Hey, I'm the only one that gives consent, sir." What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean.
You said
by that.
she wanted to send him nudes.
She does, but she sends everybody nudes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I never.
I
know.
paid
I
for
did-
it.
I
OnlyFans.
didn't ask to have nudes. I was
No,
giving her my address.
Yeah,
that
I
was
know.
that was so I could get your address to send you a song. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Right?
You know,
No.
Yeah,
She'll show
this,
up.
is, this is
She'll
how
show
you
up
get
at
caught up in
Jokeland
this.
tomorrow.
This is how you get caught up in this stuff. You know.
Mm.
I don't want any. I want naked pictures, but that's not what I was asking for.
I know. Well, I sent you my naked pictures. You never replied.
Do you get? I never get naked. Who the hell sell? I don't get them. Do you get them?
No.
I've never gone. I'm frightened to death to do anything the least bit, like even look at something on the web. Because if you do something on the web, I know 20 or 30 years ago, if you did the least little thing looking for a picture, next thing you know, you get 60,000 emails and pop-ups, and you go on your computer and it's naked. This, you know.
I got myself in some trouble with that yesterday.
Do tell.
Because somebody, I told you about this yesterday. Somebody sent me a guy who used to book talent on the show. Sent me a thing that he has a porn star who's doing a documentary on spectrumophilia. I was like, "What the hell is spectrumophilia?" And I had to Google it, and the first thing that came up was goat fucking. I was like, "No, that's not what this could be." I mean, there's a porn star who's doing a documentary on goat fucking. Turns out it's ghost fucking. The guy is doing a documentary on people who've had sex with spirits. Ghosts.
That is a classic joke. You know that joke, right?
No.
That where the reverend goes, has anybody in this congregation ever had sex with a ghost? And the guy said, I did. I said, oh, you had sex with a ghost? Oh, I thought you said goat. That's an old joke.
Well, Google obviously never heard it because they maybe they did hear it. Maybe because when I pulled it up, the first thing that came up was goat fucking. But now my internet history has goat fucking in it.
I love that. That's also a Paul. Did I tell you about the Paul McCartney joke?
No.
If speaking of goat fucking, which gives away the joke, if you Google McCartney and goat, you will get real Paul McCartney on a green screen. He must have been doing an interview or doing some cable TV or something. He must have been in between the acts, and he told the classic, you know, if the guy goes into a bar, I guess in Scotland or something, and the bartender gives him a beer, and the guy says, "You see that fence? The guy who built that fence. It's a beautiful fence. You think they call him Harry the goat? You think they call him Harry the fence builder? No. And you just pulled me a beautiful pint. You pulled a beautiful pint. Did they call you Charlie the pint puller? No. But you fuck one goat." But it's McCartney telling the joke.
Wow.
I recorded that off the internet, and on my radio show, I said, "Hey, Ian, we got a guest joke teller today," and just played that. You know, I mean, it's a little too ambient, but people don't know from nothing. You know.
Wow.
So fun. But I'm sure it's up there right now because you'd think they would have taken it down, but every time I've told that story, somebody's done it, and there it is. There it is. There it is.
Apparently, he doesn't. He's not too. He doesn't care too much about that kind of stuff.
He's a joke teller. He loves that. He loves that.
Good to know about Paul McCartney that he's okay with that kind of stuff.
Hey, Matt's interviewed him before. He had him on the show.
April Fools.
I told him a dirty joke. He loved it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing. I mean, I got to look that up. I definitely want to. And he's definitely got a good sense of humor. Always had a good sense of humor, but I didn't know him as a joke teller.
Oh, I got a Beatles. I think we talked about it already. Did we talk about teachers smoking?
Teachers smoking?
Hold on.
What do you mean? Cigarettes or weed? What are you doing? You're on your phone? I'm going to call McDonald's again while you're doing that.
Here we go.
What? I need a
playback
bacon
has
and
been
cheese.
disabled by the viewer. Oh, there it is.
In Ireland, and It's the middle of the night, so he's looking for some sign of life. And he sees up on the hill, he sees a little house with lights on. So he follows this long fence up to the top of the hill, and he realizes it's a pub. Goes in the pub.
And that there it is, McCartney and Goat. And
Wow.
the first one said disabled, but this one ain't. So
maybe he had something to do with disabling it.
nah, who knows? But it's been around too long. You know, they're not going to be able to disable that poor goat. You know. So no, what I was asking, we actually did this. We did our final 4 episodes yesterday of stand-up memories. Me and Peter Bales, and we had Dave Kerblade. You know him from Long Island, the journalist.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you should have him on because he could give you some good press. I've known him for 40 years. He's from Bayville. He used to he writes for Newsday, but before that, it was Oyster Bay Guardian. Before that, it was Good Times. Before that, was Island Ear. You know, the whole
Oh
gamut
yeah, Good Times. Yeah.
You must have met him.
Yeah.
And he on the show, I was asking them, think back to when you're like in 5th grade, okay? Maybe even earlier, even later, it doesn't matter. Do you remember the first time you were walking to school or leaving school and you saw a teacher walk out of the building smoking a cigarette?
Yeah.
It just didn't compute. Like it was like, it was too odd. Like, for you don't picture them in the real world. And it was funny because something brought it up to my mind the other day, and I realized I had the exact same feeling the first time I saw Paul McCartney smoking a cigarette. It was like, wait, no, they don't do that. You know what I mean? Like that, it just was like too lowering or something. Am I out of my mind, or do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about. I remember seeing Lennon smoking on the Dick Cavett show and was shocked by that. But with teachers, yeah, I had a teacher in drama club, Larry Ratkin. He was a math teacher, but he looked like Tommy Chong. He had long hair, but he stepped out of a play. We were rehearsing Harvey in 6th grade. Harvey the Rabbit.
Wow.
And he stepped outside and I saw him light up a cigarette and I was like, wow, that's weird. But
hey, he's cool.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw a teacher in a bar and I was only 13 and in there illegally.
That's another thing that's also very odd.
Yeah.
And then I got to high school and one of the soccer coaches pulled a gun on somebody over a game of pool in the local bar. I said, well, I guess this has escalated a little bit. You know?
Wow.
He pulled a gun. And that just got, not on the South Shore, in the same town, he pulled a gun on somebody. You know, you scratched on that shot. I'll blow your head. I'll blow your head off.
Wow.
I'll blow your damn head off.
So last time you were on here, you were going to do an interview with the guy. I think he was like an overseas, like I forget what it was, but like a magazine that was doing a historical piece, and a guy was overseas or something like that, a documentary. No, it doesn't ring a bell. Because you put me in touch with him, and I tried to follow up with him, and he never got back to me. I could look through the.
Oh, you're talking about the guy who's doing the you're not talking about the guy that's doing the sync report.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah, no, he's doing a podcast called The Sync Report that's all about syncing music to TV and films.
Right.
And he's the history of it is that he's Donovan's son-in-law.
Yeah, Donovan, who taught McCartney and Lennon finger picking styles. Most people don't even remember Donovan anymore. That's maybe he's like Gun Hill Road. Maybe they were as big as Donovan.
I think he was in Gun Hill Road.
I know. Kara, do you know who Donovan was?
Great guy.
You know Donovan? Name one Donovan song?
Fantastic. I've too many to recall.
Yeah, that's a no. You're getting good at lying.
Yeah, she had me for about 2 seconds. This guy's married to Donovan's daughter, but Donovan's wife is Brian Jones' widow.
Wow.
Do you know who Brian Jones is?
Yep.
Who?
Great guy.
What band did he play in?
Sha-
I shouldn't
Sharon,
even have said that because that gives
Sharon
me a
Jones' brother, right?
Yep.
You know what?
Davy Jones' sister.
She's sexy when she lies.
Yeah, I know. All she's doing is lying lately.
She's
You
so
know-
cute, and all I can see is this like 8 inches of her neck, and I just can't stop staring.
You're obsessed
My
with
neck?
8 inches today.
Oh God, it just needs
8
some
inches.
hickeys.
No,
No.
Look.
You know what I noticed? That maybe because I sing a lot, it looks like I have an Adam's apple.
It looks like you have a penis in your throat.
No, she's gonna soon. I promise you that. If I
Ew.
ever,
Oh my gosh. No, I feel like I have a very long, like
you do.
bony neck.
Ah,
So you can sing Boney Maroney.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
do you know that song?
Yep.
No, she
Great
doesn't.
one, right? Great one.
Great.
You know, she knows a lot of old music, but she doesn't know that one. She knows more old music than she knows new music.
Yes, that is true.
She's as skinny as a stick of macaroni. Dun, 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 dun. It's the worst song there ever was.
Yes,
My
it
God.
was. Terrible.
I'm getting distracted now by text messages from a booking agent I have to look at. Wow.
Did he ever get
Tell
his $25? He was staring at us. I didn't know who he was for the first gigs. I thought he was like the restaurant owner, making sure we were good. And I was very intimidated by him. Now I'm like, what does he want?
Did you ever have this situation, Jackie? A booking agent who just like he comes to every gig like just waiting to get paid, like on the spot, like.
Oh, you mean the guy who booked the actual gig?
Yeah.
How long did he wait?
In the old
45
days,
minutes.
yeah, you know, and you made him wait because you knew he was going to get his money and then move on to the next one because he had like those agents would have $5, $8 pickups. You know, like that's just it's all so it stays cheesy.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Even when it gets up into the millions of dollars, it's still cheesy, you know. Because
Yeah.
who wants it? You know, they go to all the trouble to get you to work, and you're so thrilled to have the work. And once you get the work, it's like, I didn't need you.
Right.
No,
No,
which is so wrong, you know.
Right.
And then you get in that conflict because the owner wants to book you without calling the agent, and then
Which is wrong, you know.
Right, wrong.
I had a guy. And, you know, even when it's right, it can be wrong. I did a bunch of small movies for this guy. And the guy had done a lot of them. And he's so bad. It's all so bad. But, you know, you say these guys are bad, and then they make another movie and another movie. And you don't know how they do it. But they, you know, they string along and they find a crew, you know. But God bless them. You know, somebody who hustles, on some level, you got to hand it to them because they're still doing it. It's if somebody picks your pocket and then gets shot, he's an idiot. But if he keeps picking pockets for years and years, he must know what he's doing.
Right.
Okay. So this guy, I had an agent, a manager, in fact, and the manager said, so what's your deal? And the deal with the movie is, if I get you money for your movie, I get a third of that money, which is absurd. But if a guy's trying to make a movie, it's like Colonel Tom Parker with Elvis got 50%.
Wow.
That was the deal they made. You know, Elvis didn't have to sign it, just like this guy. He said, all right, but that's like a going thing, which blew me away. And the guy says, yeah, he said, well, I can get you some money for your movie. And so he got him $100,000 for the movie. And he was already a rich guy, but he got $33,000. But that gave the guy $67,000 to make the movie that he wouldn't have had.
Right.
Then the guy was going to make another movie, and he went to that same guy, the same couple, and said, I'm making another movie. You want to invest in it? You know? They didn't just hand him the money. It was an investment they made. So they gave him $100,000 for the next movie.
Wow.
Without going through the first guy.
Right.
And he got wind of it, and he went after him, and he got the money. Because you can't do that in that kind of situation. That's more cut and dried. What you're talking about is so I get you a gig at a bar and you do it, and the owner says come back next week. You know, I'm not going to really send Jackie $60, but
yeah,
it's a little bit of a fine line, you know.
I've never done that. I've never cut an agent out of the middle, being in the middle if he got us that gig. But this guy is just like, he drives everybody crazy. He's like really. Once he gets you the gig, he's like, "Are you promoting it yet? Where you can you send me flyers?"
You
And then
know,
he shows up at the gig and like, "You're not here yet." Like, relax. I'll get there. Well, it's an hour and a half before the show. I'll get there a half hour before.
Right. It's not on the web yet. It's in December. You know,
Right.
like, geez, you know, shut up. You know.
Yeah, and then he comes there to get paid. Like, we're just starting our set, and he just stands there, and he's gonna wait around till we're done. and we're
we have
not taking
long
a break.
sets. Yeah, we took one break.
Yeah.
But the upside of that is the whole time you get to be on stage saying, "I'm so glad I'm doing this, and I'm not an agent."
Right.
You know, I'm so glad I'm not that guy. It's, you know, it's just.
But you got started doing, you know, you were booking a lot of, you were a very aggressive an entrepreneur in starting these comedy club and bar
I was a booker, but I was a booker so I could get myself work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was, you know, I wasn't standing there beating up somebody to get paid. If I didn't get paid, they didn't get paid.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was kind of a different situation. But was I a booking agent? Yes. I just had a whole long, it might be too long a tale, but there was a guy when we started Governors in 1981. And, you know, it was a rock and roll club, and they decided, let's get that guy with the dirty joke line. People that don't know, 516-922-WINE. My joke line's been going for 43 years. So let's get the guy with the joke line. They got me, and we started Governors. And I had 4 comics a week. And in those days, nobody had any work. So I was booked months and months in advance because guys were like, it was in the days of, hey, I got a gig coming up in November. You know what I mean? It was like so scarce. Because I was starting, you know, shows in little bar rooms here and there, and guys were thrilled to get the work. They're coming out from the city, because in the city they're making $5. With me, they're making 40, they're making 50, and gas wasn't $5 a gallon, you know. And so we start Governors. So I got all these people booked in advance, and then one day the guys from Governors say, "We don't want 4 comics a week. We want 3 comics a week." I'm like, but. And I had to go through my book and cancel an act from every weekend about 4 months out,
Wow.
which is horrible. And I'm not just canceling them. I'm a comic.
And you're the bad guy. Yeah, you're the bad guy.
So one weekend I had 2 guitar, you know, guys that play guitar and tell jokes. And I had 2 of them on the show, which was very rare. And one of them was a very good friend. And the other guy, I didn't know. And I called him up and said, listen, I'm really sorry. I explained the whole thing. They cut me back. This is out of my hands. It's, you know, Sophie's choice. I got to cancel somebody and I have to cancel you. And he went ballistic. And I was like, dude, it's 3 months away. You know, get a grip. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
it's out of my hand.
The work. Yeah.
So this guy is one of Eddie Cantor's great grandsons.
Who's Eddie Cantor?
Never mind. So I don't even know. So the guy winds up working for Warner Chappell. Okay. Now in my band in the 70s, we recorded a song called The Pot Song that Howard played all the time on the radio. I don't know if you ever heard it. You know, and it ended with
I was singing it before you came on today.
Roll up the river, we'll have some illegal fun, you know. And it used to bring the house down. It was a 45 record, and it was on jukeboxes on Long Island. And people played the hell out of it on Friday afternoons, you know. But at the end of the song, for whatever reason, the very last thing on the song we played, and it's very end. That's all, folks. Which was the classic ending to a stupid marijuana song.
Right.
So then I'm on the Stern Show, and me and my future ex-wife get the bright idea we're going to put out a CD of my songs called a Christmas Gathering, whatever it was. And the only Christmas song was one she wrote, which is a great, great Christmas song. And the other songs were just songs that were like my band did live at my father's place in Roslyn. It was like, with a microphone hanging, but they were great songs. It was great fun. And so we put out this CD. I get a letter. We promoted it on the Stern Show. I'm telling you, we must have sold maybe 12. I'm talking not 12 million, 12 copies of this stupid, a Christmas sampler it was called. I get a cease and desist from Warner Chappell. It has come to our attention. You are using our copyright, Merrily We Roll Along, that was written in 1931 by Eddie Cantor. We own that. You must cease and desist, destroy all copies, and send us all the royalties that are due us. They think somebody mentioned something on the Howard Stern Show. It went platinum, But meanwhile, I had to go in the studio and remaster the CD with that ending edited off the end of that song.
Wow.
And then like 2 months later, I meet a guy who's been a friend of mine for 30 years, who's another one of Eddie Cantor's grandsons. And his job in life is to work that catalog. And he said, of course you could have used it if you had met me. And meanwhile, this other guy is the idiot of the family that nobody likes, but he had control. It was Warner Chappell coming after me. So it was like, it would talk about Peter and Goliath, David and Goliath.
David and Goliath.
But it was so crazy, my God. And that copyright stuff goes deep, man. It goes
Yeah,
deep.
and you know how deep it goes? Just because you hummed it on today, YouTube's going to give me, I'm not kidding. They will say, well, you have to either mute that part of the video or just because you hummed it. I have 3 seconds of it.
My friend Lee Newman, his mother was Dick Martin's secretary from Laugh-In.
She doesn't know any of these people.
And his father... his grandfather was a songwriter called Jimmy McHugh. The songs he wrote, Sunny Side of the Street, I Can't Give You Anything But Love, Baby, I'm in the Mood for Love. Those songs you do know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows them.
I know the last one.
Sunny Side of the Street, you really don't recognize
Come on,
that?
you got to know that one.
Maybe if I heard it.
Have your hat and have your feet. Da, 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 da. Oh my God. So at any rate, that's Lee's job, is collecting money and getting those songs. Like the last huge Lincoln car commercial on TV featured one of those songs. And he must have generated zillions. They have 2 songs in Jersey Boys because Frankie Valli sang 2 of Jimmy McHugh's songs to the mobster to try and calm him down. And that show is in 180 countries. Wow. Do you imagine the money that, oh my God, it's a teeny times a many, 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 many. And you know how that piles up. I got tens of dollars.
Right. Speaking of Paul McCartney, though, he did that to me because somebody put together a birthday video. I edited a birthday video for him, and they had all their friends saying happy birthday to the girl's husband, and then 2 of the people sent in phone videos of them singing Birthday by the Beatles, and the Beatles shut that down. They had it removed from YouTube, removed from Facebook, and sent a cease and desist letter over 2 people singing Birthday to a birthday guy. It was for a birthday.
But
that's not right.
That's not Paul. That's his many, many minions looking for jobs to justify their existence,
Yeah, but it's just seeing, how many billions of dollars the Beatles have made. You can let birthday slide.
One of the things that's freaked me out, and I'm sure you know this, Happy Birthday to You is a copyright.
I know. Paul McCartney actually bought when it got into public domain. He bought the copyright for that, and Mary Had a Little Lamb he bought too as well.
Mary Had a Little Lamb was also a song, like a song.
Yeah. Well, back in the 1890s or something.
Happy Birthday to You was supposedly written by 2 little old ladies in Kansas City or something like that.
Right.
Wow.
It sounds like something like if it was your birthday, what else are you going to sing? Of course, that's right. That's what would come up if it wasn't a song. It would come up.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I always say everything had to happen, no matter what. If Columbus didn't bump into America, somebody was going to. It's just who bumped into it first,
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the whole royalty thing, it's a kind of a a double-edged sword for me because people have used my stuff without licensing all the time, and I get reports on it, and I generally let it go until it builds up enough revenue to do something about it. Like if it was 12 songs, like the the Eddie Cantor thing that you talked about, you sold 12 of them, I would let that go. But if it were, if it were 1 million downloads they got on it, of course I'm going to pursue that. I mean, they're using your
it's
intellectual
crazy.
property.
You heard the whole thing. The Mickey Mouse copyright is up, or the whatever the logo, whatever it is, and they don't want to renew it and stuff. The world is ending. Wait,
Yes.
let me look at that neck. Okay.
William Conway wants to fight you now, Jackie. Let's get this fight on. He says you can't say that's not Paul. These people are operating by his instructions. I think you're going to come to Long Island. I'll set up the match. Well, Jackie has to get a new.
Well, yes. His job, he says your job is to collect on our copyrights. Yes,
right.
Yeah.
So you're not going to fight William Conway?
No,
Damn.
no.
Fuck.
No, that's what's his face.
What? What's his face?
I can't pull up. Not Magnum PI. Who was William Conrad?
William Conway's a comedian. You're thinking William Conrad.
Yeah.
No, William Conway's a comedian. William is been in comedy now. I don't know exactly how long, but over 10 years, probably 20 years. But he
All right. Well, Billy pulls a dick, if that makes you happy.
He went to prison for
pulls a dick for lots of reasons. So
William went to prison for robbing a flower shop.
I got fired from a flower shop.
Huh?
I got fired from a flower shop.
Well, you probably touched every prick on every rose. That wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad. Kind of a thorny little thing.
How do you get fired from a flower shop?
Because I had an attitude, she told me.
This is not surprising.
Well, she wanted me to make a $50 delivery first to Shelter Island, because it's in Southold. Okay, you got to take the ferry. It's like a 2-hour trip.
He knows the deal.
Okay.
From here.
I get out of my shift at 5. It was 4:30. She wanted to do like a favor for her friend. I said, I'm not going. I'm tired. I've been working all day. I'm going
Call
home.
Shelter Island and tell the flower shop on Shelter Island to bring us some flowers.
Right. And I didn't not cover my delivery because the florist who made all the arrangements lived on Shelter Island. So she said, I'll just take the flowers with me. So I covered my delivery and I went home. And the next day she told me I was too snippy to work there.
This is not surprising to me.
That is a flower shop expression. Snippy.
Snippy.
Yeah.
Like right?
You're too snippy. I said, all right, well, goodbye.
You know why the word florist is so enticing? Because it rhymes with a body part.
Clitoris.
What is William saying? It was the day I learned not every trail of rose petals leads to a romantic end, when he went to prison for robbing a flower shop. It's just like, I could see a gas station because you're not going to have plenty of cash in it, but a flower shop, maybe in the day, flower shop did more cash business. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
What was he stealing, money or flowers?
he was robbing it for money, for rent money.
Not to get myself in trouble, but he probably thought there was shall we say, like a gentle fellow working at the flower shop, and it might be easier to overrun than the gas station jockey.
Yeah, we all make dumb mistakes in life, but
no, not all of us. You, not me, not
me,
Kiara,
right? No.
you.
And
I made some dumb mistakes.
Kiara definitely has, and the snippiness and the getting fired for attitude doesn't surprise me in the least.
I was tired and hungry. I was hangry.
No.
And I was like, I'm going home.
You have a reputation for having a bad attitude.
I do not.
Yes, you do. Everybody says.
What? Oh,
Everybody
come on.
says. The girl needs to work on her attitude. That's what we hear all the time.
I think it's so funny because when somebody says, Howard used to tell everybody I was angry. But if you tell somebody they're angry, that makes them angry.
Angrier. Yeah.
Right.
And so right away, you're angry. I am not. And all of a
Right.
sudden, you're combative. No, I'm not. It's like when you stop beating your sister,
There's a lot of that in this on YouTube and some of it I guess was from the E Show, because you were still on it during the E Show, right? That's where it's from.
Oh, I thought you meant a lot of florist robberies.
No, a lot of Howard telling you you're angry about something and arguing with you about things that you had stopped arguing about, but he just wanted to keep arguing with you about and tell you what your position
He
was.
used to tell me that nobody, everybody loved me. When I walked around, if whatever room I went in, if I went up to visit the girls in the sales office or back in corporate, because I'm fun, and he would say, Jackie, nobody likes you here. Everybody thinks you're such a pain in the ass. They hate when you come walking around the office and everything, which I absolutely knew that it didn't hold any water at all. But the minute you start defending that, you're guilty.
Right.
Was he joking or he really meant it?
He was just a dick. He's just a dick.
Oh, wow.
A combination of it was good radio, and it's anything I say to defend myself about that show comes across so pompous, so I try and shut up.
Was he like that
If there's 20 people in a room and me and Howard walked into a room, in 20 minutes they're going to be talking to me because I'm fun and I engage, not just to hear me talk. I want to hear what people have to say.
Yeah.
And he just not engaging, but on the radio, like he's the king of engaging everybody about everything, but he's in full control.
Right.
When you're in a room with another guy, you can't put your microphone on 10 and his on 1. You know what I mean? So nothing against him. I mean, it's got something to do with being 6'6" your whole life, but he would go on those tears, but it's he's such a genius. It's all about pushing somebody's buttons. You want good radio, you push somebody's buttons, and just sit back and enjoy the show,
Yeah,
So,
I lack his ability to go for the juggler a lot of times on a lot of these things. There are things I know would be good radio, but I didn't do them because to me it just felt.
Because it's wrong, but he had that little guy in your head that says don't do that.
Right.
Instead of not doing that yelled at him, the two little guys on your shoulder.
Yeah.
He'd smack the good one away and feed the devil,
Right. Like when I had the racist dwarf on, the crazy xenophobe racist dwarf on, I deleted that episode, but that was probably the best ratings getter. If I would have left it up, that would have gone viral and people would have been talking about it forever. But I just didn't have the heart to kind of leave
what
that
can
out
you
there.
do? Do you know my my dwarf story? I'm sure it's the first thing I ever told you.
Dwarf story?
The dwarf story about Michael Dunn?
No.
Michael Dunn was a dwarf. And by all accounts, dwarfs are not only short, but they're angry,
Short-tempered.
mean, and for the most part, drunks.
Yeah.
And he was the meanest, the drunkest, and the angriest. Okay. And Michael Dunn had a big part. He was the voice of a movie called Ship of Fools, where he actually stood at the banister of the ship, and he's the one who narrated the film. And I guess the film's something about, like, I think it's a boatload of Jews, and they won't let them dock in Germany or something like that. It won the Cannes Film Festival Palme d'Or in like 1964 or something. It was a huge film, and he was the star of the film.
Right.
And so it wins in Cannes. And so it's a huge party after the screening, and Michael Dunn is at the screening. And if you've got any show business party, but this is the Cannes Film Festival, and the women are reeking of perfume and dripping of jewels and sexy outfits and cleavage. I mean, it's incredible. I went to a bunch of those things years later. and you feel like you got your nose up against the window pane, but you're right there. So Michael Dunn is there, and he is drunk. I mean, he's angrier and drunker. I mean, here's these women that are like statuesque, gorgeous, reeking of perfume, dripping of jewels. And he's sitting there getting drunker and drunker and hornier and hornier. And Claudia Cardinale was there, who at the time was she was the Marilyn Monroe of Italy. And she was wearing a low cut, just like statuesque, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And he's getting drunker and drunker. And after a couple hours of drinking and staring at her, this is supposed to be a true story. Michael Dunn goes up to Claudia Cardinale and says, "Claudia, I'm gonna fuck you." And she looked down at him and said, "Michael Dunn, if you do, and I find out about it."
Wow.
Is
Yeah.
that the greatest story?
On that note, we have to say goodbye to Governor's Comedy Club's network today to make room for